Good afternoon. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. An elderly man is dead after an early morning fire extensively damaged his Cane Vale Christchurch home. He is 90-year-old Goldburn Callender, who was an amputee and was wheelchair bound. The fire occurred just about midnight. The house was occupied by the deceased and 9 other people. 3 of them were children. A 13-year-old girl was taken to hospital for treatment after falling into a well at Maynard's St. Peter last night. Danielle Corbin of Rowans Park, St. George, was standing on the cover of the well, which broke away. She was later rescued by a team from the Barbados Fire Service at about 7:20. She spent just over half of an hour in the well. Aside from the abrasions about her body, the young girl complained of pain to her lower back and her right ankle. Today is the deadline set by government to complete its retrenchment exercise. It was initially announced by Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs Chris Sinclair last year that some 3,000 public servants, both from central government and statutory corporations, were being sent home. Government started layoffs in late January. More recently, staff of Beautify Barbados were put on the breadline when the program was axed. The affected workers met today with the National Union of Public Workers, which sought to ensure the process of termination was being conducted in line with government's retrenchment exercise and to tell them of their rights. Another Jamaican national appears in court to answer a number of drugs charges after being held at the Grantley Adams International Airport attempting to smuggle drugs into the island. 20-year-old Chantel Shonelly White arrived on the island by air last night and was interviewed by police. Nothing was found when she was searched by customs, but a further search by police revealed a cardboard box with 2 packs of bread containing cannabis weighing 5 pounds. White is to appear at the District B Magistrates Court to answer the charges of possession with intent to supply, trafficking and importation of cannabis. But lawmen are yet to identify the skeletal remains discovered on Friday. The remains were found in an apartment at Lighthouse Lane, Atlantic Shores, Christchurch. They're seeking the public's assistance in getting any information that may help them to identify the body. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Oistins Police Station at 418-2612. In other news now, Barbadian employers and training providers stand to benefit significantly from a $13 million training grant. The government initiative is being funded by the Inter-American Development Bank and aims at better equipping the workforce with the skills and competency needed to excel in the 21st century. Labour Minister Senator Dr. Esther Bayer-Suku says the initiative can create new opportunities across a range of sectors. She made the comments at the Accra Hotel at the start of a series of workshops to help guide businesses and training providers submit proposals to access the funding.
The benefits of this 13 million Barbados competency-based training fund will be enormous. Successful implementation of the fund can help businesses and Barbados become more competitive nationally, regionally, and internationally. The Competency-Based Training Fund can help businesses become more competitive by improving employees' performance, but you all know that. By aligning training to the needs of the market, and that can improve the performance of businesses and the wider economy.
Dr. Bayer-Suku says the successful implementation of the Competency-Based Training Fund can help businesses and Barbados become more competitive.
The Skills for the Future program is designed to support government's human resource development strategy to improve the quality and relevance of secondary education and the effectiveness of Barbados's national TVET system. In addition to the Competency-Based Training Fund, the Skills for the Future program will also support execution of the human resource development strategy by seeking to enhance the relevant skills and qualifications of youth, those youth transitioning from secondary school to the labour market.
The TVET Council has shifted its focus to ensure more of its graduates find work after achieving certification. Executive Director Henderson Eastman says the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Council is partnering with players in the industry to make this a reality.
But what we are trying to do is to make the training relevant to the needs of the society so that it is demand driven, so that when you get training, it is a very high probability, 90% chance that you will get work. Because what we're doing now at a place like the Polytechnic, we're training and hoping that you get work. So what we're trying to do is to get the industry involved at the front. Tell us what you want.
One of the oldest churches in Barbados is celebrating its 170th anniversary. And to mark this milestone, the Bethel Methodist Church, located at Bay Street, held a Thanksgiving service. The church was first opened for public worship on March 28, 1844. Back then and up until 1848, it was referred to as the Bay Street Chapel. Congratulatory messages were read from the other Bethel circuits, and Superintendent, Minister Reverend Clifton Morris, provided a brief history of the church. Reverend Morris, during the sermon, expressed concern that as a people of God and a nation of Barbados, some are not humble,
but have become arrogant, rude, and selfish, and self-centered. We do not see the need to pray, to seek the Lord, nor turn from our wicked ways. We see no need to wait upon the Lord to renew our strength, for we believe that we are self-made. But in this pericope, we know that God said, I will listen to every prayer made in my temple, this house of worship, that I have set apart to be my home forever.
Young Barbadians now have an opportunity to serve their communities under a new youth arm created by the Rotary Club of Barbados. It's called Rotaract, which stands for Rotary in Action. President of the Rotary Club of Barbados West, Joseph Steinbach, spoke about the initiative during a cocktail and dinner reception over the weekend, attended by several Rotarians and members of the new body. Mr. Steinbach says young people between the ages of 18 and 30 years old are eligible to join the organization, which will help them to enhance their knowledge and skills for personal development. Members will also be able to address the physical and social needs of their community. He also assures members it will not be an expensive undertaking.
In this trying economic situation, and as things get tougher and tougher, Rotaract is a good avenue for the younger people that would like to be involved in a service organization like Rotary, to be able to do it without having the expense of being in Rotary itself.
We'll have regional and international news just after the break. Stay with us.